Ang Fuel Program or Foundation University Expanded Learning Program mao kini ang programa nga himugna sa Foundation University as a response sa challenge nato sa face-to-face instruction karon. Now, it's called expanded learning because learning is expanded outside the four walls of the classroom. The Fuel was developed from a set of research work that we did from summer. Last summer, ni mugna kita og Foundation University Distance Learning Program og pinaagi niini, we were able to find out the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats of doing distance learning. Hence, we have developed the Foundation University Expanded Learning Program or ang Fuel. The challenge in the distance learning paradigm or program is that parents and students and even the teachers or most of the education stakeholders think that when you say distance learning program, it is online, it entails expenses such as buying devices, laptops, tablets, or if wala kay internet connection, magpataod ka or gasto na pud ka for mobile data. Well, it's just one of the features of a distance learning program. Now, our Fuel is designed in such a way that it caters to the needs of our clientele. As I mentioned already earlier, that our Fuel program was developed from the research that we did out of the distance learning program implemented last summer. And we found out a lot of problems, one of which is that our students have difficulty in accessing to internet, and they also have difficulty in performing tasks, especially if they're using only their smartphones. So kani tanan ato ni siya nga gi-consider. So to answer the question, kinahanglan jud ba na i-device? It's an advantage, I must admit. Bintaha gud ni siya. That's basically the idea of a distance learning program nga naatay mga communication devices kay distance man, layo man ta, so how do we learn? It's through gadgets or communication devices such as laptops, computers, smartphones, etc. Pero kinahanglan jud ba siya para magpadayon kag kat-on, magpadayon kag tungha sa eskwelahan? Well, we're happy to say na dili gyud siya kinahanglan. Now, the idea of the Fuel program, the key word in the Fuel program is flexible. It's actually our flexible distance learning program. So when you say flexible, we have found ways in order to reach to our clients, our students nga naay mga challenges sama sa internet connectivity, availability of gadgets, or basically access to communication devices for them to participate in a distance learning program. So natay ginatawag nga correspondence approach. Okay? Ang correspondence approach is ang estudyante kinahanglan ra siya mudawat sa mga learning materials. Kung naa manggaling siya ay smartphone o dili ba tablet or laptop, apan wala sila connection good sa ilang lugar, there will be flash drives. Dito ipamutang ng mga learning modules, materials, and then it depends na lang po sa teacher o sa requirements sa program kung kanus-an niya i-submit balik ang mga requirements through a courier service. Ipadala ba niya sa series or mazik na siya kaila sa ila nga regularly mo biyahe diri sa Dumaguete. I mean, there are so many ways that we can do. As a matter of fact, the teachers and the students, or the teachers are given the prerogative to communicate with the students and understand their situation so that they can negotiate with the teachers kung unsaon nila pag-submit sa ilang mga requirements kay wala man sila access to internet or phone signals. In our Fuel program, we have come up, actually we adopted this from the numerous researches and best practices all around the world. This is something that we did not do on our own. We based it on what's happening around, what's the best practices, even the mandate of the Commission on Higher Education. And the beauty about our Fuel program is that we tailored fit it to the kinds of learners that we have. There are three modalities in our Fuel program. We have the synchronous, we have the mixed, and the asynchronous modalities. there are conditions that have to be met for a student to classify themselves in either of the program or either of the modalities. When you say synchronous, it is a program where the student has either a laptop or a computer device at home and is connected to a good internet provider 24/7. In a synchronous program, the teacher and the student would be able to perform tasks together with the teacher whenever the teacher would require them to meet through online conferencing. Now, most of the schools have only designed synchronous or dungan and asynchronous o dili dungan. Apan kita, we have decided to add one more in the middle, which is the mixed program. Sa mixed program is natay mga estudyante nga although they are connected to internet sources pero dili reliable or their mobile data's reach sometimes maglisod sila. Or ang ilang ginagamit most of the time is smartphone, then they may opt to classify themselves in the mixed. Unsa man ning mixed? Sa mixed is that naay mga activities nga synchronous magdungan. So pananglitan kung ang teacher mo ingon nga we will have we will have a let's say FaceTime or Zoom conference. The student in the mixed may opt to participate or not. Iyang ingnan ang iyang teacher nga dili ko ka-participate tungod kay lisod ang connection. Sa mixed po diya po nato ma-classify ang mga estudyante nga katrabaho. Since ang atong schedule nga gina-follow is mura ra gud taga face-to-face klase nato from 7 to 9 depende na siya sa kurso, or for the FPA that's 7:45 AM to 5. So gina-follow gud nato na siya nga schedule. So naay mga estudyante nato karon nga nagtrabaho. So kaning mga students nato nga pwede ra maka-appeal sa mga activities nato from time to time, pwede pud sila mo-appeal ani sa mix nato na program. Asynchronous or kanang dili dungan, this is specially designed for those students nga dili jud ka-appeal sa real-time participation sa klase. Mo ni siya ang mga estudyante nga wala internet connection, wala bay gadget. So natay options ani, it's either kung naa sila gadget sa ilaha pero wala sila internet, flash drive ihatag sa ilaha na modules and learning materials. In worst cases nga nagyud tay mga estudyante nga walay gadget, walay connection, we will be giving away printed out modules. Kaning if you really see, we are really reaching to the different types of clients that we have. So wala gyud rason na musulti ang usa ka tinun-an nga dili sila ka-participate tungod sa connectivity, because we have tried to address that issue. Now, on the issue of learning, na magoy mga estudyante nga musulti nga wala daw sila makatunan basta online. Now, we have also identified the root cause of that. The root cause is that most of the teachers siguro sa mga online classes nga dili successful is just like they're treating online or distance learning as a face-to-face learning. Kanang sige gani mag Zoom, FaceTime, magsigig live. As a matter of fact, that's not how you do flexible distance learning. In Foundation University, we made sure that the students are engaged in the tasks, not necessarily always on the teacher. So we mentioned that the Fuel program is research-based, and that's true because we've researched a lot on what are the best ways to approach distance learning considering the types of learners that we have. Foundation University is very dedicated na awhagon ang atong mga ginikanan ug atong mga estudyante, mga tinunan na magpadayon jud og eskwela. Madunggan man nato all around that the parents are really concerned on the safety of their children. And the president mandated that there should be no face-to-face classes not unless there's already a vaccine against the COVID-19. Now, even if dili allowed ang face-to-face, he allowed the distance learning program or any approach for distance education sa mga bata. Now, we are confident, Manggod, na through our fuel program, kaning mga worries sa mga ginikanan are addressed. Unsa din yung mga worries? Una, safety sila mga anak. Of course, since this is flexible distance learning, so the children will be participating in their classes at the comfort and safety of their homes. They don't have to leave, okay? Second one is, our program is flexible. Kung ang problema sa mga ginikanan is dili makakaton nilang mga anak, then they did not worry. Because since our program is flexible, we have identified ways in addressing that. First is through our modes of delivery, modality, as I mentioned. Depende na sa availability sa bata, kung naa sa ilaha, they can choose a mode. Second is, we have also adopted monitoring schemes. When you say monitoring schemes, teachers will have to communicate with the students from time to time. That the teachers will call the students, especially kung ang estudyante, let's say, wala naka-submit sa i-submit on time, the teacher will have to communicate and will ask the student for the reason, and all of the reasons will be recorded. So that whatever the reasons, because this is a continuous development of the program. May bangan nato na yung mga problema paghapon. And whatever we learn from every time we do the flexible distance learning, nagyapon tayo mabuhat to improve the program. Another concern sa mga ginikanan is that wala daw sila, walay kwarta. It's true, wala may kwarta. That's why in Foundation University, in our dedication in providing quality, relevant, and up-to-date education, we have adjusted our policies, especially on tuition fees. Now, our university president just announced that those students who may still have a balance of 3,000 pesos or below may still enroll. Balance last summer or the previous semester, they can still enroll with a down payment of, for college, it's 2,500. And their remaining balance or the payable balance from the previous semesters will be paid into 2 equal installments. So, one way po sa pagtabang sa university is the implementation of a new payment scheme. Sa una, the students are to pay every 15 days, kaya ang exams every 15 days. Karon, the students are to pay only monthly. We are still following our term system. Naragyapon tayo mga exams every 15 days, but the payment will no longer be based sa kung kanusang exam, kundi kung kanus ang beginning of the month. Our classes this year start on July 1, so the first installment will be paid on August 1, and the next will be on September, so on and so forth. Now, karon musulti nga naragyapoy challenges siguro sa pag-procure og kwarta kada bulan kasi ma-delay og mga pila ka adlaw. We had a policy nga we had 12 days grace period for the student to take the exam. After 12 days kung di gyapon kabayad nanay interest o dili na pud pwede makatake og exam ang bata. Now, we are happy to say that we have removed all of those restrictions. The children may pay later than the month that they're supposed to pay, but they will not incur any interests and there will be no sanction. It's just a matter of building trust with the parents and the institution, because we know the challenges that they are facing, because we are facing the same challenges. That's why the university is trying to be more open in terms of the finances. And another thing is that if there is an opportunity for the parents to pay every exam, then they can do so. It's not strictly monthly. If the parents would like to pay in full to make sure that the tuition is fully paid and they would no longer see it as a problem, then bayaran nila. If ganahan sila magbinulan, binulan. If ganahan sila mabayad every exam, they can do that. Anyway, our business and finance office can always adjust their payment for as long as, of course, they pay and their students still continue to go to school. Then that's a benefit for both the institution and the family of the students. In terms of tuition fees, we have adjusted. However, there are items which were really discussed na dili siya tangtangon because they can be used in a lot of future processes to improve our flexible distance learning. For example, we are looking into the possibility of subsidizing the teachers sa ilahang internet should they choose to work at home. Kaya pwede man sila mo report dire and then work here or pwede mo work at home. We are really looking into other possibilities to strengthen our flexible distance learning program. The Foundation University Expanded Learning or the FUEL program actually is not just developed to address the problems in the pandemic. This is developed to address the needs of the 21st century wherein students need to think critically. They have to discover solutions by themselves. They have to develop self-discipline and they have to be very resilient. The program is designed to be there forever. So if the question is Foundation University ready for for an entire year of FUEL program, then we are positive that we can do this. Because then again, as I have mentioned, this is a continuous work in progress. Every data that we get from the students, every results of the classes, complaints, or benefits, these will be taken into consideration to improve our program every semester. There were a lot of questions why Foundation University decided to start early. As a matter of fact, I think it is Foundation University that will start its academic year the earliest among all other higher education institutions in the province. Now, to answer that question, when we found out that the schools are given the prerogative to start whenever they want to start for as long as they already have the tools, the equipment, and the technical know-how to start a distance learning program, then Foundation University grabbed that. If we are facing the same situation, pareho raman ang sitwasyon, may it be July or August, then why not start early? We wanted to start early because also we had a survey. A lot of our clients wish to start it in August. There were also some of our clients who started in June. Ang rason na among gikuha dito is not on the number. Dili siya kadaghanon sa nibutar kung kano sa magsugod, kundi the gravity of the explanation of why choosing it. Even if the June people were only very few, but the reason of saying na mas maayo ning magsugod tag sayo because anyway pareho ra bitaw ni tanan, and then if Foundation University can adjust the payment scheme to the point na makatabang jud sa tanan, which we are doing right now, we did as a matter of fact, then why not start early? Because this is actually a project of the university to continuously improve our academic offerings and our methods of teaching, and we wanted to start as early as July so that we can improve the program for the next semester and for the coming years.